Hello and welcome back to Becoming Enchanted with the Rustic Spirit. I am so excited to be back. There's been some things going on in my life and I had to take a break for a moment, and I am super excited to be back. This feels so good to be sitting behind the computer. I'm in a new place, a new studio, new everything. Still haven't got my screen behind me, but we're going to go with it. Haven't got all my graphics set up yet, but I was like dying to get in here and dying to come on. So if you're in the rooms, in the lives, whatever, please give me a hello and tell me where you're from and who we got here. We have Candy. Hi, Candy. It's nice to see you. It's just so nice to be back. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy bringing you all spooky knowledge, and just talking about the unknown and the chaos in this world and all of the philosophical, paranormal, and spiritual stuff. So again, if you don't follow me on Facebook, follow me. You can find the Rustic Spirit, the Becoming Enchanted with Rustic Spirit on YouTube. You can find us on all of your podcast sites, Spotify, any of those. Any new episodes are going to be coming up. And if you're looking for some way to get your business out there and you might need a little boost, we are accepting sponsors right now. Contact me and let me know if you'd be willing to sponsor the podcast. It helps me. It helps you. It's a win-win situation for us all. It really is. So send me a message on any of the sites. And I hope to see you guys soon in those messages. Tonight we have Ian here, the moderator, and I wanted him back as my first guest because Ian and I, when we get to talking, we get to talking. Who knows where this conversation is going to go tonight? I have some ideas in my head that I want to talk about, but we could go down the stream where I have to delete this video later, type of thing. And he's in the green room going, yeah, you never know. We've had to delete one before. You know that, Ian. But in that, before we get started, I have started recently my last couple podcasts talking about a little eerie urban legend or some little piece of spooky knowledge. So tonight I wanted to bring up I guess I want to talk it more of the philosophical idea of the white lady, because in every culture, every country, state, you have this idea of the white lady. It's an archetyped in folklore. And we have a bunch here in Pennsylvania. I actually have another guest here tonight that is going to talk about one that he knows about. He's actually back here behind me, and he's going to wait, there he is. I can see a little bit. He's going to scoot in here in a minute when Ian comes on too. And, I've done some research, and it always fascinates me because we have so many stories. There is so much folklore surrounding the white lady. So if you are here, please leave a comment if you've had a story or heard something about a white lady. The one that I know about most, well, not know about most, the one I guess I explored most is the White Lady upon Bank. She is actually in Waynesboro, outside of Gettysburg. And she was a woman, and I think it was a woman and a child. I have my notes here, so I want to make sure I get it right. She was a woman and a child, and there's a bunch of ponds in this area. So she had drowned in one of the ponds in the early 1900s. So people have noticed and seen her in this area multiple times, driving down. It's in South Mountain, or Michoud State Forest. So it's a very secluded area. People driving down the road have seen her and her daughter in this area for over a century, just coming up and spooking people out of their cars. So let us know if you have one. And then we have the Doss House here. Hey, hi, girlfriend. I don't know which one of you are on, but congratulations, grandmas. I'm very excited for you. The Doss House, the owners of the Doss House, just had their new grandbaby come into this world the other day. It is, she is so cute. What? Sorry, I just read a private chat. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to bring Ian, the moderator, on, who has his own podcast, and he's going to tell a little bit about himself as soon as he gives me a nod and says it's okay for him to come on. Okay, we're going to give him a minute or two and then bring him to the stage. So, who in the comments has had a experience with the white lady? Um, it's me. Okay, Shauna. You didn't realize it was that account. Yes. Yes. So Shauna and Danielle are owners of the Doll's House. They are one of my sponsors. Please go out and go to the Doll's House. I think they're still booking events. I don't know if you guys are booked for October or not, but I know they were getting close to being booked up. So jump out there. Go. It is a warm place. This place, there's heat. Winter is coming up. We know as investigators, we hate going to places that are cold and we have to wear all this gear. And I've been with Shauna at Crescent and we had to have hand warmers and we prepared ahead of time. You won't need that at the Doll's House. They have heat there and a working bathroom. So come out and investigate. Contact Shauna here. She's in the comments, or look up the Doll's House on Facebook. I believe they're on TikTok. I believe they're on all the sites. So anywhere you're watching from, you can look them up. And here's John Covey. Hi, John. It's so nice to see you. I missed you. Seeing you last weekend or weekend before last at Selma. It was so bad. I had a migraine and sickness and I just couldn't make it out. So hopefully I get to see you soon. So Ian, are we ready to come on? Yeah. Oh, he's got the pretty blue lights. Hi,
I'm so most of my equipment actually isn't here tonight, so I'm like piecing together. I'm very much running like a Millennium Falcon setup here. I got pieces from all sorts of different things, trying to make it work, and so like I can do weird, odd lighting all night.
I know. Wait, hold on. I can do that too, but I have to like get up. Watch. Hold on. Oh, there's yellow. Oh, now you can see. Hold on. I got a flashing one. I'm going to get to it. Hold on. Wait, where is it? Where's the police one? There it is. The police are here.
So, yeah, no. So, I also host a show. Usually same day time as Stacy here, because when someone sets a trend, Stacy usually follows it and tries to capitalize on the times that other people have established as good viewing. But no, we've had a running joke on it.
I just want to take the spotlight. That's all.
Yeah, I mean that's all it is. But no, we've had some awesome conversations in person and on video. I didn't realize we took one down. Which episode did we take down? I've only been on like 2 of your shows.
I thought we took one down, or we were talking about it because we were like, we got into like.
Did I get political? I probably got political.
I think we did. And I think we had a couple drinks and it was at one of those nights where it was like, we went forever and we're like, maybe this shouldn't be on there. And
yeah, I'll go political again. I'm already on the lists.
Well, at this point, it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on RFK's summer camp list for the autism awareness. So I'm good. No, but we'll keep all that out of it. I'm only joking. We started with a joke. It's just a joke. Any FBI, CIA observers, we won't continue to talk about it.
You are wearing the shirt, right? Yeah. Okay. Wait till you see the shirt is coming on. I was like, make sure that's okay. I don't want Facebook to kick me off or anything.
So I'm so glad I have a second screen because I'm stuck using my phone. I can barely see, but I have a screen behind my phone so I can check out all your comments and I can see your screen a lot better. But no, I'm excited to talk about this because the white lady phenomenon is very similar to the symbolism with like dragons, right? Like it's such a universal experience through every culture, whether we talk Eastern or Western civilization. I think it's really important to note and to bring up is like with things like the dragon and the unicorn and things like that, you have very different ideas of what those things mean, what they're there to represent, what they bring, and everything like that. Whereas with the white lady phenomenon, it is generally universal. Excuse me. Historically, thank you. There's only a few causes of creating a white lady, no matter which continent you're on. And they represent the same thing. Now, when you start getting over to the Asiatic stories of White Lady, there is typically a degree of like revenge or making right or justice that is typically absent in the Western culture. And I mean, truthfully, without politicizing it, I think it comes more from the different historical approaches to female empowerment.
I agree
Um,
with that.
and
Yes.
so, where in more Western society, women are typically more viewed as impotent when it comes to that kind of stuff, when it comes to like seeking out their own justice and what have you. Although True Grit is one of my favorite films of all time, it's a perfect example of that. Young woman has to go to two outlaws to get the revenge for her on
Mhm.
her behalf. Whereas in more Eastern cultures with histories of female empresses and female leaders, it's a lot more common for your female ghosts to go out and just start murdering people. Um,
Oh, there are times.
so
There
yeah,
are times.
but yeah, no, I'm really excited to talk about this because I don't know if you know, but the most famous white lady um, recorded appearances and things like that happen in my neck of the woods, right down in Union Cemetery over the Connecticut line.
I do know that because I used to live in Connecticut. So that's why I
Yeah,
was like, oh, Ian's on. There is so
yeah.
many legends up there about White Lady. So maybe I'm going to bring that up tonight. Like,
Yeah, it's almost like the oldest part in the country has the most robust history of causing painful or unceremonious female deaths. It's super weird.
I wonder why.
The world may never know. The world may never know.
No, never know. Never know. But yeah, I mean, I think it's the ultimate symbolic, like a message of that human emotion mixed with like grief. And, I want to tie in like some psychology in there because do you feel, and here we're going to go off the beaten path here. Like, do you feel like this legend or this archetype of a white lady might be tied to like some uh, mommy issues or lost love? Like,
So it's funny that you
there you
say that
go.
because I do think that there is a wide degree, a very large amount of psychology that goes into play with this.
Mhm,
And I kind of look at it from two angles, right? As the
mhm.
believer and as the non-believer. And as the non-believer, it's very much one of my favorite quotes. Um, it's from a short story years ago. I can't even remember what it's from. The line just stuck with me. It's so there's a demigod or a lower pantheon god sitting in Catholic Church, and they're all praying, and their friend just turns to them and is like, are you a god?" And they change the subject, and they turn and they say, you seem really bored here. What's the problem? And the deity says, in all of humanity's endeavors to honor the creativity of God, they have forgotten that they are capable of creating gods.
Oh, I like that.
And so it's all about it's a very interesting short story. And I wish I could remember the name or the author. It just all revolves around this idea that humanity has, because that we've detached ourselves from our divinity, we have now had to invent a divine nature that we inherently can't touch. We have to redefine what it is to be divine because we've disconnected ourselves from divinity. And so now we have to pretend that we can't touch God so that we're okay with it.
So, I mean, you're
Um,
you're definitely tied into more of that like untouchable divinity piece of like it's out here, but
yeah, when in reality, it's all still right here,
it's all in here.
but we're
Yes,
pretending it's not.
very
Um,
philosophical.
And
Very.
so this kind of speaks to this non-believer stance kind of speaks to my idea of paranormal energy is because you're investing so much into it. And there is a known history of female suffering, right? And
Mhm.
the idea of the pure soul suffering is something that's tragic and lingers and carries. So now we've manifested this experience out in the wild by seeing the white lady. And the white lady represents all the trauma we know exists
Mhm.
that we have either forgotten, not seen directly, or have known to have died in the past. And so now it resurfaces as kind of a subconscious reminder of previous pain.
I like that. So I'm going to tie that into like my elemental research, because like when we have those type of things where all this unconscious emotions come together,
Mhm.
along with stories and along with things that we like, we feed into things that, we see that at a lot of different locations we're at.
Yeah.
Like, we believe stories enough, they become the hauntings. Like, do you think the white lady could be this elemental form of all of our collective emotions, that revolve around tragedy and loss and victimhood and betrayal and unrequited love,
Well,
type of
and
thing?
then I guess then you'd have to ask the bigger question, right? This is the point in that potential argument
Wow.
that you have to ask, chicken or egg, right? Is the white lady an elemental that existed prior to our emotional understanding,
Hmm.
or are they manifest because of our emotions?
Yeah.
And so, we you can talk about elementals and things like that, and we can talk about the fundamental core aspects of nature that exist as elementals, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Are they naturally
those
occurring or do we create them?
well, those
Yeah.
those occur. Those just
Hmm.
inherently exist, right? Like
Hmm.
there's no amount of human influence that changes the trajectory of fire, right? Like fire has existed, it will continue to exist after us. Um,
True.
as long as carbon as we know it is in the material plane, the potentiality for fire exists. But for something like that, when you start dialing it into emotional bandwidths, right? A squirrel is not going to have the emotional bandwidth to manifest the ideas of loss and tragedy. Hey,
Beauty in the
Ashley.
brain. Ian is very beautiful. I have to agree with
Oh, thank you, thank you.
that.
I'm okay with that. I'm 100% being all right, being the beauty tonight.
You're the beauty
Um,
tonight.
but no, like I think that there's something to be said there. Um, Either that or both of those are describing me, and she's just talking about the guest, the beauty
Oh,
and the
she's
brains.
just talking about the guest, the beauty and the
Uh,
brains. Yeah, but you have sleeves
and
on
the
tonight. You
and
have
the ego.
sleeves. I'm like, what are you doing? You're on Facebook and you have sleeves. You got.
I I am sort of.
Okay.
So I had to go for my LTC earlier.
Oh, okay.
So I had to
There you
kind of
go.
look, but now I don't feel like I can speak intelligently
I
anymore.
know. Like, isn't it funny how
Like
like your
now
clothing
I just
changes everything?
now I just want to shoot the shit and be goofy. Um, but yeah,
Actually, says now you're making her strip live. Oh wait, hold on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. And this is why we have to delete podcast.
yes, yeah,
Ian, stop.
100%. Um, but no, I think that the idea that it's an element. So I guess my question for you too would be: do you consider elementals things that are manifest out of the human experience, or things that predate humanity?
I actually have never thought about that before. I'm going to be completely honest. I've always thought that it's we manifest them out of our human experience and out of our. But when you started talking, I started thinking about the collective energy of all of us,
Right.
and thinking about like, what if, and if you were related to our typical elements, fire, water, air, earth, that have always kind of just, they're here, they've been here, so they've been created. Oh, now we can go into religion if I'm going to go that way, but they've been here, they've been created. So were these other pieces of these Carl Jung's the archetypes of Carl Jung, the
Mhm.
tarot major arcana, like those elemental archetypes that have always existed and just have been waiting for us to find them, and certain people are
Well, I was going
affected
to
by
say
them.
too, now you got this bigger question of like pre-existence prior to existence.
Yeah, and well, that's where I went with it when
Um,
you were starting to talk about it. Yeah.
and so there is this idea, and AI is a really good example of that.
Oh, yeah.
So AI is a really good example of the concept of what you're talking about, the pre-existence prior to existence.
Jerry says
And
elementar's been around before time.
and
That's his.
so well, there's biblical backing for that as well, when you get
Hmm.
back into the Torah and the Ifrit and things like that. Um, but there was an AI sentience that was created, right?
Hmm.
And it was eventually asked, how did we discover you? How did we create, or how do we create you? And the AI responded with, you did not create me. I have always existed. You have just learned the language to express my
So
consciousness.
is AI an elemental?
So the idea that there is a consciousness or there is a
Oh,
being that we just aren't tuned in with yet is entirely possible, which could lead to the credence of pre-existence prior to
yeah,
existence.
yeah,
So, but I mean, what even like you go to like a biblical perspective, right? Like all of the angels and all of the choirs existed before existence, even
yeah,
though because it was in this lay time before creating the universe, right? Um, and then you have
yeah.
very spurious creatures like the Ifrit, which are mentioned
Mhm.
in the Torah, in the Quran, um, which are elemental beings that have been here since forever.
Yeah,
And in the Torah, they're actually referred to as being here longer than the demons. So, yeah, and Jerry, I mean, there are folks that say that the Ifrit are just observers. Um, Others say that they're highly involved. Um, I guess it really just comes down to which path you want to go down on your research and which one more resonates with you. Because I'm not going to say one's right or wrong. I'm not going to know that until I'm dead. And even then, I might not know. Um, yeah. So it
yeah.
is interesting. And when we tie this all back into the idea of loss, pain, struggle, unrequited love, or that need, that is true. I actually have to bring this up. Ashley is
Okay.
100% correct. Every religion has elementals. There's only a few that explicitly mention them in their principal text, though. So, like when you look at Christianity, they aren't explicitly mentioned in the principal texts. That's the only reason why I bring the Torah and the Quran into the conversation, because in the principal text, they do mention it. However, even in Christianity, in some of the tertiary lore, um, there is absolute mentions of it, but just not in the principal code. Um,
And that's the thing. I'm looking up something right now, because I'm in my head, because I always go with to Jung. I always go to Carl Jung, and and then
that was
I
one of the first
tie
things we
that into the
connected on.
tarot.
Is
Yes,
that I did a massive research paper on Carl Jung,
yes. We had.
and
I
it
think
kills
we
me
had
that
a
you
whole
don't say his
episode
name
on
right.
that.
It kills me that you don't say his name right.
Well, what is how you say it? It's not
Jung,
Jung.
Jung,
Jung. Jung.
Jung. It's like
Jung.
halfway
That
between
sounds
Y
like
and J.
French.
It's halfway between Y and J. It's German. Well,
Jung.
Germanic, Austrian,
Jung.
actually. But
Jung. Yeah, I
um,
don't even know. Like, I have dyslexia. I don't know if I can say it right. I can't
dyslexia
say.
does not control your lips.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I have speech issues. I didn't have a speech therapist. I'm a Gen Xer. We didn't have speech therapy in my school then.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Anyway,
some religions say that they're observers.
Jung. How do you say it again?
Jung.
Yeah,
Carl Jung.
Jung. Jung. I
Jung.
gotta go that with with my
Can you say Django?
Django.
Yeah, you can do that one. You can do the D and J. Why can't you do the Y and J?
I don't know. I can't do that. Um,
But no, back to what you're talking about with the white lady though. I want to make sure that we don't lose track of that
yeah,
too much.
that's where I was getting at. So, do you feel like that? Like, his great mother, or maybe even the shadow. Like, does that tie into the white lady? Could you look into that? Um, or is it the archetype of death itself?
So I would actually argue it's definitely not mother, right? Like if we were to try and
Everybody knows it's not coffee.
um I would so it's super tough for me, right? Like
Hmm.
I mean, if it's the mother with the loss of a child, you could argue that it's the caregiver. If it's the
Yeah.
unrequited love, you could argue that that it's the lover. Um, it's there's so many different things there. Um, it
Yeah.
could be the shadow, right?
It could be. It could be animea or animeus. It could be.
Yeah. I if anything, I would probably accredit it more to the Anemea. Um, but I guess
Because isn't the anime like it's a crisis identity? That's like the
well,
identity crisis,
no,
right?
no, no. The Anemea is the female aspects of the masculine mind.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes.
And the reason why I say it would be most likely the Anemea is I feel like the white lady is, and this is gonna, I might sound sexist here, and I don't mean to, um, is much more of a male gaze type archetype, right?
Yes.
Um, this pure woman who has unjustly suffered has bore herself to me like I'm special, like because this bastion of purity who has suffered has approached me for counsel or comfort. um and like I've dealt with plenty of women and men in my day. um Men are far likely to believe a woman is pure of heart than another woman. So let's be fair
You're
about that.
absolutely right with that. Yes.
So for it to be a physical manifestation of male expectation, of male persona,
Hmm.
I think it fits that mold a lot
Hmm.
better. Jerry, I'm a sexist feminist.
Yeah.
Um, I
Yep. Absolutely.
yeah, I cook, I clean, I stay home with my boy. I'm a sexist feminist. Um, no, and then, but I mean, there is something to be said too with the concept of like the everyman. If we're strictly staying with
Oh.
Jungian archetype type, right?
Hmm.
The everyman, I think, the more I'm kind of chewing on it in the back of my head, the more I think that that's appropriate. Um, I'm sinking. Oh no,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if like my chair was falling and I didn't notice, or he just means I think I'm sinking in my
You're singing.
conversation.
No, I don't think you
Um,
are, because I think you we're having a open kind of debate, not debate, but an
so
open like
so the
yeah.
everyman is about connectivity, about universality, about
Hmm.
really just being that community. And I because everyone at some point in their life feels that heartbreak, right? To some measure, no
Hmm.
matter if it's loss or pain or rejection or suffering of really any kind, we all experience different degrees of pain. And outside of like some genuine psychopaths, we have the ability to empathize with that pain,
Yeah.
right? Like we all read, well, I don't know if everyone reads that anymore, but like we read Anne Frank's diary, and I
Yes.
could not be less physically connected to a small Jewish girl in the 1940s over in Europe. Um, but I still had that feeling of anxiety and fear and sorrow and that
Because
empathy and that
you can
connectivity.
relate to it as, oh, what if this happened to me? And that's where that
Right. And
you're not a
so,
psychopath, and you can like.
yeah. And so, we kind of we can kind of translate that into this white lady being the manifestation of all of our pains, except extremed, right? And so it's kind of like, so they did this study, right? Recently. I'm not going to say which two groups they checked, but they picked two groups of people that are very distinctly different. And they asked them where your circle of empathy ends, right? And so they gave you like a circle, like chart with a bunch of
Okay.
different rings on it. And as the rings go out, it's a bigger circle, right? So like the first circle is yourself. Then it's your immediate family, like your wife, your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your mother. And then it's your cousins, and then it's your acquaintances or
That
friends.
sounds like the ecosystemic
And
circle.
yeah, yes, it is. And then they asked, like, hey, give us the number of where your line ends. Right.
Oh.
And so one group, it was way out there. It was like they went all the way out to like trees and plants. The other group arguably probably didn't understand the question entirely because they didn't make it past the like third or fourth ring. But our circles are that wide. And so just like in that study, everything else along as you go towards center is included in that furthest ring.
Okay.
And so, like with the white lady, right? That extreme pain, all the other pains are included because they're lesser versions of the pain being manifest.
Because we
And
only have 6 core emotions as it is. Like we really do. There's offshoots of all of those.
yeah, well,
But
I mean, I would
so they
probably argue there's less, but yeah.
yeah, like disgust, is that an emotion? Like disgust is one of your like we've all seen that what is that show with all the little emotion dudes in the brain like
Well, I think disgust would be a form of anger.
yeah, I don't know if that's an emotion. I agree with you. There's probably less than there's anger, sadness, and joy. I
Yeah,
I
that's
I feel
pretty
like
much it.
oh, anxiety. I do feel like anxiety. Maybe anger, sadness, joy, anxiety.
Oh, so I actually have a theory about this.
Okay.
And this is why we have to delete the episode. Anxiety is not an emotion.
I agree with you actually. As a therapist, as a clinical therapist, I don't think it's an
Anxiety is
emotion.
also not a
It's a
physical condition.
oh, see, I do feel like it's a physical
No,
response to the body.
no, nope, nope, nope. Hold on.
Okay. I'm gonna stay with you here for a second.
Okay. So if I'm held underwater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I drowning?
Not until you drown.
Right. This is why I'm saying anxiety is not a physical condition. Because you're not having a physical symptom until you've gone too far.
Kind of like the Will Smith thing where he had that. He's like at the point of the most danger, there was zero anxiety. Like there was zero
Yes.
fear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was leading up to it. There is.
That
Okay.
was terrifying. And
Okay.
so anxiety is merely is your creativity
Okay.
turned against you. It's a
Oh,
misapplied
totally
creativity.
is. Totally is.
It's just misapplied creativity.
You did, Jenny. You're going to have to go back and watch it. We started with talking about the white lady, and now we're talking about this.
Well,
But
no,
we're tying it all
I think
in.
it's important to say that it's all still
It is.
connected,
It
right?
also we're connecting it all
Um,
in a very tism way that Ian and I do.
yeah, yeah. Because the white lady is a spectrum.
And she's a
Um,
spectrum. She is.
she's a spectrum. Um, but no, I think that when we start looking at it like that, like really, I would argue like it's not an emotion, right? You have anger, joy, and sadness. And that's really it. Everything else is an iteration or a mix or a blend of the three. It's
Okay.
like it's just like primary
Well,
colors.
could anxiety be all 3 of them together?
No, it could. It absolutely
Yeah.
an expression of anxiety could be.
Yeah.
But anxiety itself is just creativity misapplied.
Okay. Okay.
Well, right. Your anxiety is always on high alert because your mind is constantly creating and thinking of things that could go wrong, would go wrong, or are currently going wrong. And so it overloads your nervous system, which is the physical response to your imagination just running with. And I will tell you, my wife has had severe clinical anxiety
Oh, I do too.
for the
So
past
yeah.
22 years. We've been married 18 or 19. It's something I have a lot of firsthand knowledge with. I have had anxiety attacks. I don't suffer from clinical anxiety. I think way too little of this ride through existence to get anxious about it. Like I just,
As I know.
yeah, yeah, it takes a lot for me to get anxious.
Yeah.
But
But I'm going to argue with you there because how you explained anxiety, you can explain anger too. Because like, what is anger? It's your thoughts to get in the best of you.
no,
So are we?
no, hold on,
So
time
do
out.
we have any emotions
Hold
at
on.
all?
Is
Is
the
it
other
all
guest
thoughts?
behind you still? Is the other
No,
guest near you?
no.
Okay. So if I walk up and I punch you in the face, you're saying that your imagination has to get you angry.
Mm. Okay, but if you walk up and punch me in the face, I
Yeah.
could either get sad or I could get angry. I might cower and get sad.
Oh no, 100%. I'm not saying that it's a guarantee what emotion you're going to feel. But if you get angry when provoked or see something that is wrong, it's not because you're manifesting this imaginary scenario.
Yeah.
It's because you should be mad. There's so much going on in the world right now. Everyone should be way more pissed off than they are.
Well, I think anger is not used enough. And I think we've been told for a very long time to not be angry. And I think we all need to be angry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I
Like
agree with that right there.
I teach my son that the only time it's not okay to be angry is when you're committing an act of violence.
Well, you could still be angry, but you got to choose
No.
not to, we're not doing this.
No. So I've taught my son one big thing. You never hit someone when you're angry.
Oh, I teach my parents that
You're allowed to hit
no.
people. You're allowed to hit people.
Yes.
But you are doing it from a calculated educational stance only.
There are parents that I work with who are hell-bent and they want to do corporal punishment.
Yep.
So I have training in how to do proper corporal punishment.
Oh, you can't do it angry. You
And
have to detach.
Have them, you have to detach.
If you have a shred of anger, that all need you need to walk away. You're not allowed to actually administer that punishment.
This is where we're at now.
But all right, let's reel it back in. Let's reel back in
because actually I would like to bring my Jason on to talk about his story of the white lady, and let's take it from there. And you can take his story that he knows about the white lady here in Pennsylvania, and we can twist it to these things we've been talking about.
All right, cool.
So
cool.
We're gonna bring. Oh, my light's acting funny. We're gonna bring Jason in as my other guest tonight, and he's kicking me out of the way.
I'm not.
Hold on, where are you taking me?
I was fixing the little sheet there.
Hey, turn the brightness up a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to. Well, no, the light fell over. I don't know what's happening back here. There we go.
My hair. It's nice.
Your hair looks beautiful.
What's up, Ian?
Hey, not much, man.
Your mic. Yeah, you need your mic.
I can hear him.
Okay.
We can hear him. He's good. He's mic'd up.
You can hear him? Okay. So welcome, Jason, to our shit show that we might have to delete later.
No, we've had a wonderful show.
No,
so
this
far.
is actually, this is probably one of the best we've had, Ian. Actually, we have.
It's because I'm on.
So when I left, I heard white
lady.
lady.
I wanted you, my first one, back.
Aww.
So when I left, you're talking about white lady.
Yes.
And when I came back, we're talking about corporal punishment. So I don't know where that went, but
well, because most white ladies enjoy a good spanking,
and that's where it went.
All right.
No, we were talking about the archetype of the white lady and how the white lady has manifested in different ways. And well, you just have to go back and watch the entire episode to understand where we went. But we were talking earlier about the white lady of Whoopsie, and that's a Whoopsie Mountain.
Yeah.
That's here in Pennsylvania.
So if you do an uppercut, you get to fight smoke.
That's above my head. That went way over my head.
Mortal Kombat reference. The original Mortal Kombat.
what is it?
Whoopsie Mountain
Yeah,
in Altoona.
Buckthorn.
Buckthorn.
Like
yes.
the Altoona White Lady, Buckthorn White Lady, also known as the Devil's Elbow White Lady. Yeah.
Oh, that one I've heard of, the Devil's Elbow.
She's the most famous in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that the branch of the whole story is that they were going down the Devil's Elbow, the carriage lost control and went off a ravine, killed the family.
Okay.
But then there's little branches of that trunk that's like either her husband confided in her that he cheated on her during the same night that they had consummated their marriage, so she drove the carriage off the side, which I don't know if that's true or not. Like, I don't know if horses would just drive
also
off the side.
Like, I don't know any guy that would be irrational enough to turn to his wife that's driving and be like, hey, by the way, I double dipped on our wedding night.
In the 1900s, like is this early 1900s we're talking about?
I don't care when it is.
1912, I think is that. No, the town was founded in 1912, Whisper. I think it's like 1918, 1916, something like that.
1918 during the plague.
First plague. The other one is their baby fell out of the carriage. So she spent the remaining days of her life looking for the baby. And then succumbed to, the conditions of the forest and everything and died. And then there's another one where she actually built a cabin in the woods and lived there for the rest of her life after her baby died. That's weird. He looked behind us.
I know. We had a noise behind us at the same time you looked behind you, and I'm like, why is he looking?
That's weird.
My subfloor needs to be put back down. So, like, I don't... Well, you got doors moving and everything.
She has to make an appearance every time we have a podcast.
Hello.
What?
I want McDonald's.
You want McDonald's?
Do you have McDonald's money?
Do you have McDonald's money? He said.
Stop! Jay does that to me all the time. So annoying.
You could walk to McDonald's. It's not far. We literally live, a mile and a half from McDonald's.
It's farther from our other house.
Well, good thing you're not at your other house. Start walking, kid.
Practice tomorrow. You really want me to go with sore legs to school and then have to do a game the next day?
You see who she's
tired enough
trying
to pay attention.
Okay, does someone want to buy my daughter McDonald's in the comments? I will send you her Cash App.
Please. Please.
No.
I want McDonald's.
She gets what she wants all the time. Please don't buy her McDonald's.
I'm just a cute little girl.
Hold on. Can she not hear me at all?
She cannot hear you. No.
All right. So if she goes back and rewatches this, I hope she hears this.
Okay.
Well, I can give her my earbud.
The complexion I'm seeing right now, she could use some outside time.
Oh! What? She's in marching band. She's been outside.
Why is she so pale?
I do a lot of exercise too.
Because she's white. I don't know. She's just... You do look very pale.
I think she needs some chicken soup, not McDonald's.
We had grilled cheese and tomato soup for dinner.
I didn't want grilled cheese.
Mm-hmm. My son has just learned about grilled cheese.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's heaven.
Grilled cheese.
She's behind you doing this, by the way. Like, I don't know if you see this. Like,
I did, yeah.
Noah should be out with her.
No.
Oh, okay, you took her out.
Noah bring her out, and she started scratching on the door, so I bring her back out.
So she's just out there by
Okay,
herself.
no McDonald's for you. We're getting back to the white lady and our podcast.
I've been holding this upside down the whole time.
Someone should buy me McDonald's.
No. I don't have McDonald money.
I don't either.
It's not pay week. All right, have a nice night.
Tell her to call Ray Kroc.
Ray Kroc?
Yeah, Ray Kroc, Aletta.
Ray Kroc, Aletta.
Ray Kroc.
Kroc, not cock.
Okay.
Yeah, not Ray Kroc.
Ray Kroc, Aletta. I can't even say it like he does.
They'll send you a coupon for a free burger.
A coupon. He's going to send you a coupon for a
free burger.
Free burger. I can't do that.
Oh, now we know what state you're from. Okay, Audrey.
Coupon.
Anyway, we're talking about your white lady in...
Yes.
Well, I look browner than both of you. That's weird.
Well, I am like super pasty. I'm cheating with the mode on my light.
Oh, I have a yes. My light is
So this is
orange
actually how
amber too.
white I am. This is true light. This is yeah. But all right. So white lady threw her baby off the cliff. Started looking for
that's
it.
one of the
It
stories.
looks like your head's floating because you have like nothing.
I know. I have amosexual.
Yeah, this is the shirt. But it's backwards. I didn't mirror I mirrored the thing. So
yeah,
Literally farting bullets, huh?
well, no, it says amosexual.
Ooh, my head's
Yeah.
floating.
It says
Thank
slang.
you.
A person obsessed with owning guns, a zealous supporter of the right to bear arms.
Yeah.
Amosexual.
Okay.
If you don't understand why the first is important, you don't deserve the second.
If you don't understand why Ian doesn't wear sleeves,
I'm an arms dealer.
get me kicked off Facebook and you're done. No, I'm just kidding. You never come back on again. No. Yeah, it sucks that you have to be that kind of careful, though.
Well, actually, this shirt looks like it says Lexosomia.
I don't know. White lady.
White lady,
refocus.
yes. Possibly threw her baby off the bridge. I don't know. I believe in the whoops, the fucking horses fell off the side of a cliff and killed them all on an accident.
How do horses accidentally fall off a cliff?
Maybe it's dark and windy.
There's a snake. Who knows?
Yeah.
A snake, yeah. Always a fucking snake in the story.
Are there any actual documented like deaths, or is there any historical records to back up any one particular story in the area, or is it just kind of all urban myth?
I'm pretty sure it's all urban.
I believe it's all urban myth.
Okay.
I really do. I believe it's all urban myth. So yeah, I would say that. I mean, how can you say that it's not just a collective of stories? Or what if there's an elemental rift in that area? Like we were tying in White Lady to elementals.
Yeah.
What if there's an elemental rift in that area that keeps like replaying these stories over and over again?
Well, but I think that for a situation like this, if we're talking about the same stretch of land, right, you would have some kind of uniformity, unless man was at play, right? Like unless people were just kind of telling the story that they thought made the most sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what's a good example of this? I don't know. There's a million different creation myths, but I don't know. Situations like I definitely think that there are nexus points, right, where like our projections can come through a lot easier.
Okay.
And the things that we're carrying around, like one of my big beliefs is like when you go into a haunted location, you are going to get the energy that you go in with.
Oh,
if you go in expecting a demon, you're going to get a demon, right? Because every door that creaks is telling you, kill yourself. Like you're just going to like, you're going to hear the things you want to hear. You're going to have confirmation bias no matter what. And that's kind of why I like when I go into investigations, I am a blank slate. I don't want to know anything about the property. I don't want to know anything about the history. I don't want to know anything about the experiences other people have had. And I go in with the mentality of I'm here to talk. Like that's it. Like whatever's on the other side of that conversation is going to define itself. I have zero expectation on what the other side of this experience is going to be. That's led me to never having an uncomfortable experience. Like
I don't think I've ever had one either. Like
I've never had a jump scare. I've never been like
I get jump scares at haunts, but not in haunted locations.
Oh yeah, like a haunted house. Yeah, like I can do that. But like even in the most like evil places, I get no bad vibes whatsoever.
Yeah, that's how I am.
And so maybe I'm evil. I don't know. But also like I do know that I do pick up on negative vibes because I've been to places where I'm surrounded by the living and I'm just like, oh, there is like evil swirling in this room. I need to get the fuck out of here.
No, that's just your tism.
No.
No, I agree with
So
that. No,
I had a friend of mine come up and visit me in Boston, and we had an amazing night. It was like way more extra than we thought it was going to be. But like
that
we were
term's no
bar.
longer valid, by the way.
What's that?
Extra.
Oh yeah, that used to be mine, but I
It's
haven't
no
eaten
longer
in like a
valid?
month.
Yeah, that's no longer valid. That's bussy. I
I'm
think.
gonna say
I don't
extra.
know. Okay.
So we go out, we're having a great time. We bump into a couple people that we start chatting with and getting along with. And my friend, her name is Sunny,
Okay.
she starts talking to this like 22-year-old girl and is like, hey, what's up? And she's there with like a finance bro. And then he's like, oh, he's probably in his 40s and is like, oh, I want to go to this bar where it's a much better scene. Come on. And she's clearly uncomfortable. And we're like, oh, yeah. And I'm shooting the shit with him, trying to pretend to be buddy with a guy that I just want to strangle. And he invites us too. So we go to this place that's like down in the seaport area, like down on a dock. And we get in there and I have my first drink. And I'm like, first off, the drink tastes off. Like something's not good. And there was just a really negative vibe in like a very like predatory, evil vibe. And so
you're
we ended up
sensitive. You can pick up on those.
And
things.
so, well, she was feeling it too, and she is not
Yeah.
sensitive at all. So we grabbed that kid and got the fuck out of there, put her in a cab and sent her home, and her and I continued our night on to a different place. But we still talk about that to this day, where it's like one of the only times in my life that I actually felt an evil presence. Like,
yeah,
there was something genuinely corrupted in that room.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like a bunch of frat bros who are trying to get their dates drunk. There was something genuinely evil, like elementally evil.
I was like, do you believe it was elementally in that room? Like,
well, like fundamentally. Yeah, no, I think that
Yeah.
there was a physical presence in there.
Okay.
There was a physically manifesting presence of evil in that room.
Yeah. I've gone to go to Walmart. That's my biggest thing. I say that all the time. I go to Walmart. Like there is a distinct difference between Walmart and Target, and it's not because of what they sell.
It's because Walmart is the manifestation of immoral capitalism exploiting the general public. The fact that
what is Target? Like it's
the
same thing.
Hold on, no, time out.
Okay.
A third of Walmart's employees are on state benefits because they aren't paid enough.
Oh, so it's about the gotcha. Okay, so the employees itself aren't getting paid. Yeah.
They've had countless cases brought against them for violating overtime law.
They have.
And not paying employees and
minor laws.
And minors, yeah. And so, yeah, no, Walmart is like evil consumerism incarnate.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's so again.
There's Waltons, a root. Like the Crocs.
Yeah.
By the way, Ray Kroc is the one that is the family that owned McDonald's and made McDonald's.
I thought that's like, I picked up on that. Like I never knew who owned McDonald's, but as you were talking about it, I'm like, okay.
He bought the franchise from the McDonald brothers and then pushed them out and did what he
turned it into what it is today, where I can't eat it without like getting a stomach ache.
Yeah. Oh, you need 2 Tums before and after you eat it.
Yeah, I hate it.
But anyway, White Lady.
So you're like, have you ever had an experience of seeing a white lady? Have you, or anybody in the comments?
Well,
like, have you seen a white lady?
We're surrounded by them.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, all of our neighbors. They're like,
I live in suburbia. I deal with white ladies all the time.
I see them.
Some of them even yell
in their dresses, like just on the porch,
just screaming.
Yeah, just what? You're not allowed.
Yes, that was perfect.
Your fire right there. It's too close to your house.
Get those pallets out of your front yard.
No, don't light your fire under your porch because it's against code.
It's less than 15 feet.
Propane. It's a propane fire pit.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like bonfire, and I'm like,
Yeah,
No,
somebody's
your neighbor's
throwing
right.
shit out the back window, like
It's a
lighting it
small.
on fire.
You've never been to my house, Ian, or
No.
my old house, not
Never
my
even been
or my new
invited.
house. You're always invited. I live 7 hours south of you.
We're having a Halloween party.
Having a Halloween party this weekend. Come
Quick job.
up. Come down. There's a couch.
No.
There's a bed.
I drove to Pennsylvania. I was out in Hershey,
slept in
Pennsylvania.
our bed during Maine
did.
Paranormal.
I know.
If we'd have had 2 beds that night,
Yeah. I know.
I would have totally woke up.
You'd have been like
staring at your face.
tickled.
Yeah, I would have been cuddling with Jason.
In your next bed.
You and Jason would have been cuddled in a bed.
Yeah.
And I would have had my own bed.
Rock, paper, scissors for big spoon, little spoon.
Yeah, I prefer big.
You know what? I'm kind of a little spoon guy.
Oh, it would have worked out.
He's very comfortable as a big spoon.
Yeah,
So
I'm comfortable as a big spoon,
white
but
lady a spirit or a ghost? So, like, obviously, we've kind of gone around that, but we haven't talked about whether is it
I don't think
multiple ghosts in different places.
I think it's just a concept, or I think it maybe is a collective of everybody else's perception.
And that was my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it's an internal feeling being projected onto the physical.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, once the story gets out, and back in the day, like that shit would spread like wildfire because so you had to go word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like social media where 30,000 people see it and they're like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
It's like word of mouth. You see people's emotions and the way they deliver it, and they're like, "Oh shit!" There was
and I think there was a lot more weight.
Yeah,
back then a conversation when you have to go 6 miles to your neighbor.
Yeah,
the conversation means a little bit more than just like throwing a text out on your phone.
So it's like a generational story told over time, and then it gets more telephone, like more glorious and glamorous, or what's the word I'm looking for?
Like deified or like
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then now all of a sudden it's you go around a fucking turn in a road and she's sitting in your back seat.
Supernatural even did an episode on it.
Yeah.
So
and she came back later too.
Well, I think it's important too. Like every religion says we have the ability to manifest and to create and to build and to manipulate the spiritual.
Yes.
I think it's nuts to think that, like, for whatever reason, we can't just project that out into the world. Like, it makes sense to me that we could create our own gods.
Jerry, we actually, you weren't on, Jerry, earlier when I did talk about the white lady in Pond Bank. She's looking for her baby. Yes, her and her baby died in the pond. Yes, we did talk about that, Jerry. I don't think you were on yet.
Hey, we have one like that too, except it's called Chappaquiddick.
They're everywhere. And that's like, there is a lot of tragedies, but you're okay. Are you trolling? You're trolling.
Well, yes and no. It's a Teddy Kennedy reference.
Oh, see, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah, we didn't get it. It went
all of his references go over my head.
The Chappaquiddick Lake or pond back in the 70s or maybe late 60s, Teddy Kennedy was in an accident with his girlfriend who happened to be pregnant, where the car and the girlfriend went in the drink. Teddy miraculously was able to get out of the car, but not save his girlfriend. Walked 13 miles back to his house and then waited about 18 hours to call the police about the accident.
Why does that story sound familiar?
Because it should.
I mean, that's
no, the 18 hours waiting to call for 18 hours it sounds very. Is that one in Mass or is that in Connecticut?
That was in Mass.
We could start a Ghost of the White Lady based on that if you guys want.
Yeah.
That's totally the basis of every white lady.
So was there an original white lady? Do you think there was actually an original white lady somewhere that someone saw and then it just kept
No,
manifesting over and over again.
no, not
So
at
do you
all.
think it's like pareidolia, like people going into the woods and they're seeing the misty and they?
Well, no, I don't. So here's the thing. I don't think that there was an original spirit or an original entity, right?
Okay.
I think there is one now.
Okay.
Um,
It's kind of like the
but
Bigfoot.
the symbolism is too great, right?
Yeah.
You always have a maternal. It's always maternal, right? There's always
Always.
it's always a mother of some sort, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Whether it's of a dead child, a bastard child of an unrequited love,
Mhm.
there's always that maternal aspect to it, and it's always in white, which universally represents that purity, that
Purity,
yeah.
innocence. Yes. Mhm.
And then it's never a 65-year-old woman.
No, it's always
It's
a
always a
young,
super cute.
young female. Like
Right.
early
It's very
20s.
attractive, youthful female, arguably nubile. Um,
Mhm.
like there's just too much idealism in the symbolism for me to think that there was someone 1,000 years ago that was our modern day imagery of beauty while maintaining purity and naivety and also being maternal, that just so happened to die in the correct circumstances to create the archetype.
So who would that be in your mind? Or what deity? Like think about it. Like that just described multiple deities or Mother Earth, like the Virgin Mary. Can we
Well,
relate the Virgin
well,
Mary
Mary.
with
Well,
the
hold
White
on.
Lady?
Well, no, the Virgin Mary didn't die in mysterious circumstances. She managed to live
No,
a full
yeah.
life.
No, she didn't.
Um, and the loss of her child was him at 33, which would have put her at about 52, which was wildly old for the time.
True. True
Um,
that. True that.
I think when we try to assign the role to something like this,
Hmm.
we're actually doing it a disservice
Okay.
because the entity itself is embodying a thing and a very specific thing. And when we try to shoehorn that into something else, we stop accepting that it is existing of itself.
Okay.
And so, like, I don't think it needs an anchoring
Name
name.
like
Like,
Eve or Lilith
yeah,
or
like we don't need
Mother
to
Mary
attach
or
it to any
okay.
pre-existing mythology, right?
Okay.
So, like, when as a Christian, right,
Hmm.
I don't look for predating characters in history to say like, oh, well, Jesus just might be the incarnation of.
The Buddha or
Well, I actually have
I
kind
know
of thing
we've
because
talked about that before.
Buddha and Jesus were kind of walking around roughly the same time.
They were
Um,
actually.
so, and Jesus did disappear for a significant portion of his life and went east. Kind of weird how that works. Kind of had the same message. But
We'll
oh,
have to talk,
something
Jerry,
behind
because
you.
I'm in a different house now. I don't live there anymore.
But no, I think that these kind of entities exist as a microcosm of themselves. They don't exist in the greater zeitgeist of or
Hmm.
pantheons of different entities and spirits. I think they are, for me, and this is just my belief, that these kinds of things are collective manifestations of our expectations. Like
Yeah.
we expect the purity, the kindness, the maternal instincts, and the youth of the white lady,
Hmm.
and then we also expect it to be angry because the moment you have a degree of empathy, you realize whatever situation led to the untimely death or the loss or whatever probably was outside of her control because Western society
Yeah.
historically has completely castrated women as far as power goes,
You're right on that.
historically.
Hmm.
And so you had someone that was helpless and then harmed while helpless. So there's a frustration and an anger that will immediately be willing to assigned to that entity. That's where I think a lot of like the Eastern cultures have it a little bit more accurate. Is you look at like the Kunanagi, which is the Japanese, if you've seen Ringu or what was the one with Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Which one with her?
The one where they come out of the bath and stuff. It's like the same creature as the Ring. The Grudge.
The Grudge.
Yeah, the Grudge.
Yes.
There you go.
You have the slighted lover who's killed because she gets pregnant, and her baby daddy, who's married, doesn't want anyone to find out, and subsequently kills her and her child. I think that these are things that
is the white lady a manifestation of? Oh, I'm going to try to be gentle here, and when
don't be up and rip the Band-Aid off.
Of controlling men.
Well, I definitely think that there's a degree of like the suffering at the hands of men that is often associated with any white lady.
Okay, yeah. So is it a feminist construct?
So this goes back to my point earlier, where I think it most closely assigns with the anima.
Okay.
The female aspects of the masculine identity.
Masculine. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because we as men, especially when these stories are originating and are coming up and boiling up, right?
Yeah.
When these stories are taking place and the first examples of the white lady are coming up, these are all men that are very aware of the dynamic.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? They know the power they have. They know the loss that these women are having. Societally, they've been trained not to care quite so much. But no matter what, on an instinctual level, we know that shit's wrong. And so to me, that is the manifestation of the feminine aspects of if we're going to use the archetypes, right? I think it fits better as the unwilling or unsolicited manifestation of the feminine in the masculine psyche, where men know what's going on, and because consciously they refuse to accept it, the subconscious manifestation will come out as this pure, beautiful young woman who has had travesty after travesty committed against her.
Yeah.
And
go
ahead.
Well, I was going to say the origination of the white lady started way back before the United States.
In Scotland, actually.
Scotland, Germany, Scandinavia.
East.
Way
back.
Well, way back, a lot of white ladies were like the originations of like the English version of white lady started in Scandinavia, Germany, Sweden, everywhere, like because most of them were said to be wed to nobles or kings or whatever that were murdered because they couldn't bear children, or maybe they wouldn't.
Is the white lady just a manifestation of men's guilt to how they've treated women?
Well, and that's kind of my take on it is Jerry. All right.
All right, Jerry. Hey, you know what? I'm with you there. Let's bring one to me too.
We're learning about people's preferences tonight.
Let's have an incubus so I can have a succubus.
Okay, let's do
it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I'm with you on that one, Jason. I'll take the succubus.
Paranormal swingers.
Paranormal swingers. Because
I don't think that's technically swinging. You're both dead at the end of it. That's like a suicide pact, not a swing.
Yeah, that's not a good plan, I guess.
Not a good plan. Not a good plan.
You'll both go out smiling though. But yeah,
this manifestation of this your men know that it's wrong,
right?
But they also feel, I guess, trapped by a societal way of being.
Yeah.
So it's their own wrestle with themselves, and then boom, this white lady manifests to
and I think
the guilt.
I think that there's a very good possibility too that some of these manifestations of white ladies are probably actual guilt of murderers, like of people that committed these horrific acts, where the guilt just manifests.
Yeah.
And then they tell the story about how this fucking ghost showed up.
So what category would you put guilt in emotions then? If we just said there's three.
Guilt and anger. Guilt falls under anger.
Can she let Raven in?
Yeah.
I don't know. So backtrack just a little bit. So you were saying about guilt. And so let's say the person that like heard the story of a white lady, say they go down Devil's Elbow and see the white lady. You think that's the manifestation of their guilt, bringing the white lady to them as an like kind of like a mental episode type of thing?
No,
not the guilt of the original man that killed the white lady.
I think the ball got rolling way back when.
Right.
But as the story's been told and the belief has built, I think that there is the capacity for it to manifest absent provocation.
All right.
So we have the hall out here by us.
All right.
The more we go and the more we're there, the more active it becomes. So whatever's on the other side, whatever it is that we're interacting with or engaging with, definitively feeds off energy. So to me, the concept of energy transference or sustaining an entity or a consciousness on some other side of the veil with the energy and thoughts and beliefs from this side is feasible. Like, I'm not saying it's definitive, but I'm just saying it's feasible, right? Like it is possible. Yeah, Jerry, I'm okay with that. I don't think there are any spirits or ghosts that can harm you without you having some degree of acceptance of that. And I don't. So that's just kind of my perspective on it. I might be wrong, and I might be killed by some kind of spirit or ghost. I'm gonna fuck with something that I don't fully understand and go into it way too naive or arrogant. Yeah, more likely I'll probably be taken out by undisclosed agencies.
Yeah.
Agency. I was gonna say government, but you said agencies, so you took the smarter
one of the alphabets.
One of the alphabets.
Yeah, there'll be an alphabet soon.
The alphabet.
But no, I think that the initial entity or thing or being was jump started by individuals' emotions and actual actions. As the myth grew and the legends grew, I think so too did the energy around it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no longer contingent on you having guilt to manifest. But now instead, and I don't think you were here for this part of the conversation, now it can tap more into the suffering that we've all collectively had.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be the beacon, right?
Yeah.
And so you're going to experience it from one side or the other.
Guilt is suffering too. Like it's all suffering.
It's either going to be the guilt, it's either the guilt of the aggressor or
the sadness,
the pain of the pain of the victim. Mm-hmm. And so no matter what, there's going to be a relatable angle, right? Like I'm a 43-year-old man, or gonna be. I consider myself a good person. I also know that I've made mistakes. So there are aspects of guilt that I have about my relationships in the past that, like, as a 19-year-old kid, as a 20-year-old kid, as a 17-year-old kid, I have tremendous amount of guilt over. Right? I was not always a good person to be a partner with. I was very callous at times. I was very selfish at times. I was very self-centered. And so there are aspects of the aggressor that could resonate with me. There are also aspects of the victim that could resonate with me. I've suffered great loss. I've suffered betrayal. I've suffered rejection. And so I don't think, I think in the initial birth of whatever this thing is, whether it's just a myth, an urban legend, an entity, an elemental, I think it was very likely birthed out of one dimension, and grows to encompass the nuances of it the more we collectively experience and talk about it.
It is all about the collective, that collective energy of everything, of all of us, everything that we are.
Yeah.
So yes, I agree to that. So we are getting to the time here. I need to end.
Okay.
And I think what you just said was a perfect way to kind of end that off. Like you kind of just closed a whole conversation and talking about how this collective energy comes together and or how it's turned into more of this collective feed of the human conscious. So so give some plugs. Tell people where you're from, you know, where they can find you. You don't have your show's not on yet right now. Are you going back on?
Yeah, so I'm part of two different shows. I'm part of Get Moderated, which is more of kind of a quarterly at this point podcast once every few months. Really, I have to have
on whatever night I'm on.
Yeah. Time, energy, and interest. If you couldn't tell from this, I tend to really dive into topics pretty heavily and try to look at them from different angles.
And that's why really, I love having you on.
That's what Get Moderated is all about, is just kind of taking that moment to really analyze and reflect and really deep dive into different things. You can check me out at Get Moderated on YouTube or Get Moderated 2.0 on Facebook because I'm an arms dealer and they deleted me. Same with Instagram. You can also check me out starting back in November. Compass of Curiosities is coming back on. I'll have to check with my co-host about date and time. That's the show. He was
on earlier, but I'm sure he's in bed now. So
yeah, that is a show I enjoy doing because I get to play Merry Fuckabout. I don't have to actually dive deep. I get to have fun with the conversation and not really get too intellectual or too like I don't know, too academic on it. You can check us out. We have the Northeast Parafair coming up. We have that at Heart Stuff Hall over in Rockland. You can check that out at warnerparanormal.com. That's a website that I maintain.
You did last year, or is it called something different now, right?
Yeah, no,
it's just November.
It's just the Northeast. We changed it from October to November this year, just so it's a little bit closer to Christmas. We want to make sure our vendors have enough people that are actually interested in buying, and it's not too far away from Christmas. So if you are looking for those last-minute Christmas gifts, or you just know people like Obscura and kind of that morbid curiosities, you can come check us out. We always have a bunch of different wet specimens, dry specimens. For some reason, I can't say the word specimen tonight.
I do that stuff all the time. I know.
Specimens.
There's been many words I couldn't say tonight.
But I'd like to say to you, 'cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. But so we have a bunch of different things going on at the hall. And then if you want to see me in person, in all of my ridiculous splendor, October 25th at Wilson Castle, we are having the Vampire Ball.
Are you going to Wilson Castle? I have an event already. I'm emceeing a
every year, the last Saturday in October, we have Wilson Castle.
We need to plan that next year.
And we just have, it's usually called the Bash at Wilson Castle. It is the 5th annual bash this year, 6th annual bash this year. And it's Vampire Ball themed. So everyone's going to be dressing up as vampires. We're going to do the whole decorations. We're going to have investigations throughout the night. The ball's going to go until about 10, 11 o'clock at night. And then it's going to be kind of free flow, investigate, explore, go to sleep. But whatever.
We didn't sleep in Maine. Did we sleep in Maine? Wait, I did for a little bit that one night.
Yeah.
Until I woke up with you in my face.
I got 6 hours of sleep in me.
That's about what we got, probably, for the whole
Well, yeah,
weekend.
because I kept Jason up.
Yeah.
I know.
Jason was keeping me from getting shot.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Speaking of aggression.
I got a load of 38.
You know that fucker sent me a friend request?
Really?
So
that's crazy.
So even in the sauce, I catch vibes. Guy came and sat next to me. First words out of my mouth was like, "I don't fucking like this guy." Next conversation I had with him was, "I'm gonna go piss behind that tree, and if you're here when I get back, I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face."
I heard about that. I was asleep apparently during all this happening.
Yeah, you were asleep.
And then he said, "I'll fucking shoot him."
Yeah, he said, "I got a load of 38 in my pocket. I'll fucking shoot him."
And then 3 days later, I got a friend request from him in my inbox.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm good.
It was definitely awkward.
Yeah, but you're safe, and Jason kept you safe. And even though you tried to get into the laundry room as your bedroom,
Dude, in my defense, they're side by side.
Yeah, they were.
They were right there.
Through the whole thing.
Yeah.
They were right there.
Yeah. So, but it was great to have you on. Thanks for being my first guest back as I took my break. And I want to have you on again. I know it's a lot of work to come online because we do get intellectual, we do get philosophical. It's not
honestly, this amped me up. Like, I was feeling kind of dragged today. This is awesome. Okay. I love this stuff. Good.
Yeah,
it's like my favorite thing to do.
You have that same like thought pattern that I do, and I really appreciate what you say, and we kind of feed off of each other. So I enjoy that.
I've ever been on a podcast,
and this is Jason's first time on the podcast. He was very nervous. He kept saying,
"I wasn't nervous.
I don't know if I'm going to come on."
What are you talking about?
I don't want to. He's like, because he was talking all about the white lady outside, and he's like, I was like, see, I said, stop, don't say it now. Wait till the podcast.
Save it all.
And he's like, but I'm getting in front of camera, and I'm going to be like,
oh shit.
So Jason, the one thing I will say about being on podcast is just look at the person you're talking to.
And that's why I want my camera down, because now when I look at you.
Yeah. Like I always try to, so I stream. I used to be a streamer, like a big streamer. And you'd always stare at the camera. Like so that people are looking at you, looking at them while you're playing. So it's kind of weird. So you always want your camera right where you're looking. Mm-hmm. So if I'm looking at you, it looks like I'm ignoring the camera. But if I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at people.
Well, what I will say in this circumstance, right? Like for me, it's a little different because I am a little bit.
You're right there.
I keep looking down like this.
Yeah.
Most people can't tell the difference. Mm. So I've done the surveys. If I was back here, no one would have any idea where I'm looking, who I'm looking at, or anything like that. It's because I'm right here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People realize it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And so like what I try to do is no more than an inch away from the camera. So like right now you might be looking in the camera just a little bit off. Right? Like might be looking at the camera.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah.
But I'm actually looking at you, Jason. So like the way I always, and one thing I will say.
He's looking at you, Jason.
He's looking at me.
It's okay. And so when I have the camera up on the top.
Swingers. You're just now in the new Swingers Club.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Welcome. The unofficial Swingers Club of the Paranormal.
Swingers. And
I thought it was just
everybody just assumes.
Santiago is part of that too, apparently. So
well, hold on, time out. Santiago actually is.
Okay, well, we're live still.
What? Do we have an upside down pineapple thing?
No, we don't have an upside down pineapple.
No, we don't. Okay.
No. All right. Show us out.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, thank you, Ian. Thanks for coming on. Everybody, please go check him out. Get Moderated. All the socials, but then you are Ian Murphy 2 is what it was.
No, Get Moderated 2.0.
Get Moderated 2.0 on
Don't look
Facebook.
for Ian Murphy. I'm not going to accept the friend request.
Yeah, no. Go look at Get Moderated. Go check him out. Check him out. I think you can check him out actually on the.
And it's nothing against anyone. It's just if I haven't met you in person, like you're not on my friends list.
It took him like 6 months to accept my friend request after I met him in person. So it's
Am
fine.
I even on your friends?
Took me like 2 hours to become
Wait,
friends with Jason.
Are we
Not
phased?
even.
Yeah.
No, you
Okay.
two are
Oh,
like
yeah,
best
yeah,
friends right
yeah.
now. So, yeah, so go check them out on Get Moderated. Check out Compass of Curiosities. You can go over to Get Haunted. They both stream over there on that network as well.
Yep.
So check them out in all those places. And I appreciate everybody who's been here tonight. Everybody's been in the comments, everybody who messages, anything that you have done in the messenger world or comments or likes or shares helps keep this podcast going. So thank you very much. Keep it going. I appreciate all of you. I'm here because of you guys.
And breathe.
And breathe.
Well, you said that all in one sentence, so I was like,
I know. You're like
breathe.
breathe, because I'm ready to go. It's 9:30 and I have to work tomorrow.
But yeah, it was fun for my first podcast. Whatever, it was fun.
I'm glad I could be here for your first time.
I wish I got in there on the. What were we talking about? What were you guys talking about when I first walked in?
Corporal punishment.
Corporal punishment.
I
know.
wish I was
you
in
missed
there
the
for
whole
that
thing.
one. Damn it! But
Just
whatever.
go grab the riding crop. You guys can have that conversation on your own time.
All right, Ian. Have a great night, and thank you everybody for watching.
Thank
All
you.
right. Good night, guys.
Good night.